reminder, is any of the songs that you self-found to be out in our head?
It was a fairly smooth transition for a song. That was awesome.
That's indignant.
Hi, it's nice to be back. Shabbat shalom. Beautiful to be back here at Klondike for this just post-summer solstice Shabbat. So we thought maybe it might be nice to start with celebrating the earth and the sky. It seems like that kind of season. So, it was very hot today. I have a friend who is a dancer, and she says that actually when it's hot, it's easier to move. So I don't know if that's true for everybody, but it was very inspiring to me. I thought I'm just going to use this to help myself soften and move. So maybe we can invite our hearts to soften and move through the Shabbat.
I'm Shoshana. Jedwab, you are? In case people don't know.
I'm Jill, Rabbi Jill Hammer. Hi.
And maybe we'll just go around and say our names.
My name's Marika. Nice to meet you.
Jonathan, Michael.
Maud Salinger.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Laura.
Sarah.
Francine,
Bruce.
Nancy,
Shelley. Robin.
And there'll be a test.
Oy vey.
You go first. Yeah.
Are we on Zoom?
We are, we're live.
Good job.
Amazing. Shabbos, everybody.
Shabbos. Adama.
Beshamayim. Omayim. Zuhamayim. Magiyot ve'ofi. Beruchi ve'nishmati. Adama. Beshamayim. Omayim.
find some light together. There are more chairs in the room in the back. If anybody if anybody needs some more seats, there's also lots of pillows if you happen to be a pillow person. So let's welcome Shabbat by lighting the lights. And it feels particularly significant to me to be lighting the lights at this time of the longest days of the year, like when we have the most light. It feels extra special to be lighting Shabbat candles, and we often light 3. So maybe we have one for the summer solstice as well. There's a teaching from the rabbis that on the solstice, no one has a shadow. And I guess one thing that we could do with that teaching is to imagine that there can be a moment when nothing is concealed from us, right? When all of the parts and all of the different aspects of us and the world are available to us. So maybe that's a gift we may get on this particular Shabbat of the summer solstice. I'm not very good at this, so I might be. The light will come. Please join me. So we'll be using a mix tonight of traditional God language, feminine God language, and a mix of traditional and creative prayers. But you're always welcome to please use the language that works best for you. Yeah, let's welcome a little more light into the room. Oh,
source of life, for in you is the source of life, and in your life we see life.
So, we're about to say Shalom Aleichem to the angels. Some of you were here in the winter for Hanukkah when we talked about the gifts of darkness. And this is now 6 months later, opposite on the calendar. Right? Instead of the longest night, we're having the longest day. And I'm thinking about the gifts of light. And I want to take a moment to honor a particular angel and say that the light that we see coming in from that window has come from millions of miles and millions of years away. Right? That there is light coming to us from the sun, but also far beyond from the universe. And how amazing to have this substance that is all around us that in fact brings us the gifts of time and space, far beyond what we can fathom. So let's welcome the angels that are here with us across time and place and being.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem,
Malachei Elyonim, Melech
Malachei Hamlachim,
Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem, Malachei Elyonim, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu.
the Shekhinah, the divine presence here in the physical world, and the divine beyond all form meet one another after a long week. And I guess they're really glad to see each other. And we are glad to be in a place of unity. So I wonder actually what you would like to greet with Shabbat. What or who or what would you be grateful to encounter?
Peace.
Peace.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Miracles.
Spaciousness. Gratitude.
A little space, a little silence. So let's greet those things and the bread.
In order to greet them, I'm going to knock out some things that are still I'm a teacher, so I end this week. I don't know where I am. I don't know what time it is. And I need to learn about life again. So I want to greet time again.
I want to greet fireflies.
They're here.
I'll greet everyone, but I would also just say, maybe we could also just scooch our chairs back a little bit and bring folks into the circle who are maybe on the periphery. If you want to be on the periphery, you're welcome to be there. But if you want to come in, come in.
Rise up.
exalted unity. Turn to your people, remember your holiness.
We're going to sing Yachid in a key that's good for everybody.
To say Barclay, which is one of the prayers that was meant to be said in community. It is a prayer that is in some of the essence of community, recognizing that we bless together. And I just want to share that a few moments ago, when we all turned to face the door to welcome the presence of Shabbat, the thing that I saw when the doors parted and the door opened, was our shoes. I thought, how are shoes like the divine presence? And I bet we could have a lot of fun with that question, but what I thought was that we each had a journey to come here, and those journeys are sacred. So as we say Baruch Hu, I invite us to welcome each person here, each being here, with the knowledge that they have come on a journey. That journey has had beauty and it has had sorrow, and it is unique and sacred. And it's in mixing all of those unique and sacred journeys that we come to this moment of Baruch Hu.
Yeah.
You may be seated if you wish. So I think I've shared this before, but I'm always amazed by this. So the system of prayers crafted over a few centuries by the rabbis in sort of the collapse of the previous paradigm of offering animal sacrifices and plant sacrifices in the temple. The system of prayers is said to match the schedule, at least, of when the national daily sacrifices were. But, which of these things is not like the others? The evening sacrifice was not a new gift. The evening sacrifice, you can read this in the Torah, it's very ancient law, was just the stirring of the embers on the altar all night long by two priests who were late night kind of people. Not a job for me. So, what does that mean? The night offering was not a fresh gift, but it was the burning down of the leftovers from the day. And this is reflected in the rabbinic prayer that when they created the original rules for the evening prayer, Marim, it's the only one that the rabbis say this radical statement about. The evening prayer has no fixity. Ein la keva. We don't have a timetable for it, which everything else has a timetable for. Ein la keva has no fixity. It doesn't have a time, say it anytime you want. Some people interpret it as say it or don't say it. It has no fixity even in law. It's beyond rules. I like this thing about the nighttime. Beyond rules, beyond time, no new gift, just the stirring of, just the processing of your day. So with this Friday night Shabbat first prayer, this is the first service. We have Kabbalat Shabbat, which is like the extra service, but this is like the first service of Shabbat, really, and it is the freest. We are now in the Mariv, we're now in the no rules. Maybe you want to say it, maybe you don't. It's where you just process what you come in with from that journey. So I just want to share that. I'm always excited about Mariv. Of course, this Mariv is a little different than the one I grew up with. You open up the gates of time, Ma'ariva Arabim. You slow each moment so sublime, Ma'ariva Arabim. Ma'ariva Arabim, Ma'ariva Arabim, Ma'ariva Arabim, Ma'ariva Arabim. You cycle forth the seasons, Ma'ariva Arabim. You give life
of mixing, our evenings to mix up. And we're going to mix a solstice song with a song of love that comes from our Siddur. Let the let the way of the Lord, let the way of the Lord, let the way of the Lord shine through. Try that. Let the way of the Lord, let the way of the Lord, let Listen for the name that wants to come to you now. of your peace. Let's hold in our hearts those who are most needing peace right now. And let's imagine what that shelter might look like. And let's send out our own light to help weave that shelter. As we take some time for the Amidah prayer, which in the morning is sometimes recited out loud, but in the evening is quiet. I want to invite you tonight to have a wordless prayer, or choose your own words. But maybe you want to find some light in the room that could inspire your prayer. You could pick one particular Shabbat candle if you relate to its flickering. You could pick the light reflected in the glass at the center of our altar, or one of the fairy lights, or the sunlight coming in the window. The Kabbalists used to meditate on a candle. So take a moment with your own particular light and see what prayer comes. And we'll come back together in a moment. Please take whatever posture is right for you for this prayer. Maybe holding your heart at teaching you receive from this life. You could even say it out loud if you can put it into 2 or 3 words. Or just to yourself.
My light said, I'm still around at this late hour. Ha. Ha. But a little like Iceland.
My right said, it's not clear where I start and where I end.
Oh, Shalom,
So let's open the door for our Torah. There is a thing in this parsha that has always fascinated me, and I hope you're going to help me figure it out a little bit. You're going to ask, what am I looking at?
What are you looking at?
How many books are there in the Torah? All right, so I'm getting a lot of fives. Guess what? So there's a mystical tradition that there are really 7. And the reason for this tradition is in this parsha. So there is, this parsha is full of many different stories. Parshat Kabbalat has a lot of different things in it. And one of the things in it are the prayers that were to be said when the ark, when the Aron, when the ark that carried the tablets of the covenant would set out, and when the ark would come back. Right? And we still use those prayers today to bring the Torah out and put it back. The first one begins by Keeping Salah Haron, right? When the ark would travel, they would say, right, God, disperse your enemies. And when the ark would come back, they would say, which God. And for some reason, this 2-sentence sayings is set off by upside down nuns. Upside down nuns basically
Upside down nun, letter.
The letter. And the nuns you have before you were created by Dr. Noam Sienna, who collected nuns from a variety of Torah scrolls. These are the upside down nuns. So what is the tradition around these upside down nuns? Why is this particular passage set up apart by these letters? They're not letters that are used for anything else but this, right? To set things apart. So there is one traditional reason, which is relatively boring, and there is a mystical reason that I find more exciting. But, your mileage may vary. The reason that many commentators give for the upside down nuns is that they say this passage is out of order. Rashi, for example, the medieval scholar, says that this passage should appear right when people left Sinai. Because that was when they needed to know what to say when they moved the ark and when they set it down. Right? So it should be back in Exodus. Right? But lo and behold, right here it is in Numbers. So that's why. Now, many things of the Torah are out of order, right? And they don't all have brackets, right? But that's a plausible reason, right, why this is set away out of brackets. It's kind of doesn't really belong here. Really, it should be moved somewhere else. And it's sort of an editorial, edit mark. It should be right. It should be moved. Aren't any editors, right? There's like some thing, pen mark for move this. But there's this other tradition that the reason this passage is set aside by nuns is that it is an entire book of the Torah. And that really there are 7, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, the first part of Numbers, this verse, and the rest of Numbers, and then Deuteronomy. Okay, that's intense. So what is it about this passage, right, that could be considered the whole book of the Torah? The Zohar kind of sails in and says something it says about a lot of things, which is, well, the nun, the upside down nun, is the number 50. Each Hebrew letter has a numerical value, and nun is the letter that goes with the number 50. And there is this tradition that there are 50 gates of wisdom. And some say that the 49 days of the Omer, right, are the 49 gates of wisdom, and then the 50th one is ineffable. Right? We don't count the 50th one, which is Shabbat, right? Because that one is transcendent. So Nun, some say, is the 50th gate. And Nun is also the Shekhinah. Right? This upside down Nun is also the Shekhinah, right? The divine presence in her tangible form. And she shows up here because the ark is moving. Right? So the Shekhinah is moving. Right? So that's why the nuns are here. So I was really fascinated by this. Like, first of all, there's a secret book. What else is in that book? Is this like some portal? Like, you go into this verse and then there's like this whole other book that you didn't know was there. And like, what does it say? So that kind of fascinated me. But I was also really fascinated by Dr. Sienna's collection of these nuns. Like, and I would like to ask you, like, what do you see in them? What do they look like to you? They look like snakes? Wow, that's cool. So the word nachash, like, so snake, like, what would we say about snakes? Yes, we can go back to Genesis. Snakes are the creature of wisdom. I like that.
Yeah. They transform, they shed skins, they transform,
It's like a
they
snake.
keep growing and evolving and.
Yes, they have crowns, right? Because these letters have crowns. But because these are upside down nuns, in the way that they are drawn, many of them have crowns that face down, right? Which is unique, I think. I think is unique in the Torah, crowns that face down. So it's like the letters that attach to the the depths. I really like that. What else? This is like good. Summer solstice, more shock test. What do you think? What else was it?
There's one that looks like a snail.
A snail?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, cool. Can you direct us to the one that looks like a snail?
Second row,
In this week's crash,
all the way to the right.
there was a small.
Oh, cool. Yes, I see it.
Oh, which
Next
one
one is
is
a snail.
It's like slow and steady.
This is the second one.
Ornaments, elbows, and fingers.
Oh, so kind of like a hand.
It's like bumping everything out of the way.
Ah,
So interesting.
make way. Cool. Beautiful. I think they look a little like lightning. I kind of like that.
Tell them what we learned from our quantum physics class.
About lightning?
Yeah. 'Cause that might be relevant to these downward facing nuns while we have upward facing.
Ah.
Over it.
So wait, so this is it. So I like that. So this is a downward facing nun, and most of the nuns are upward facing nuns. So there's this thing about lightning, which we learned from a physicist in the quantum physics and Kabbalat class. If you haven't had one of those, you must. That lightning, although it appears to come from the sky, actually is the reaction of two atoms, molecules, one in the sky and one on the earth. And they actually find each other, and that's why the flash happens. And at least at the time that I spoke to this physicist, no one really knew how they do that, but they do. So I like that. So lightning is actually a mysterious meeting, fiery meeting of two entities. I really love that. So I wanted to just, I don't know, does anybody else have a thought about the nuns? Ooh,
Like ducks and cranes.
oh, I love that.
There's something about them that suggests movement.
Yes. Yeah, well, the snake bird, like this all feels like they feel alive, right? There's something organic about them where they're drawn. And I like the idea that they suggest movements because they go with verses that are about movement. Right, that these two verses are about travel, right? The ark would move and then the ark would return. And I think for
Should we
me,
sing the verses? They might know it. Vayivin so Aharon, Vayomer Moshe, Uman Adonai, V'yafutzu oilecha, V'yarusu misanecha, mipanecha.
these cups are more
But also, there's a variety of sizes.
Yeah. Well, each one is individual to describe who created it. You know, there's a lot of imagination in these notes. I think the other thing I want to say about it, I don't know if anybody else has something they want to share. The other thing I want to say about it is that to me they look kind of like stairs or portals, like you could use them to climb up on something. You know, they even almost look like feet somewhere. So I'm thinking about the mysterious seventh book of the Torah, and that maybe it's about the journey. You know, and the only part of it that's revealed to us is what you say at the beginning and what you say at the end. But what goes in between those two things, right, is maybe still being written. So I like that, in some way, perhaps this mysterious seventh book is a book of what the story that is continuing to be told. So we are still writing it. And these nuns remind us that we are still schlepping the divine presence somewhere. And maybe we are still finding out the end of the story. So I feel like we should, what do you think is the sound of it? We should end, what is the sound of an upside down moon? Can anybody say an upside down moon?
A nun is a palindrome,
Unu.
Right? And then backwards is nothing.
but a nun backwards is nun.
But upside
But upside down.
So take the upside down moons with you, and maybe they will be portals to more journeys. So let's say a little together. Actually, look, it's a flying moon. Please bring into the circle the names of those who we are remembering together. And folks online, if you want to put names in the chat, please feel free to do that. And I'll move my gaze around the room, and if you want to say a name to the community, please do.
I'm saying cottage for my mother. It's her third yard site. She died on the solstice.
Same for my mother also. I think I have one more week for 11 hours. For my daughter-in-law, Rachel Shimolick Brown. Almost 3 years.
Do we have holy announcements?
Yeah, we've got some holy announcements. Hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to sit if you don't mind. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Daniel. I'm the temple manager at Kol Chai. Please keep your seats. I will. So a couple of announcements coming up on July 12th. We have Yoel Sykes will be leading us for Kabbalat Shabbat, and then on the 19th, Laura Wolf, who's in the room,
We're gonna have another song.
will be leading us.
Wait with the finish, we're gonna do a song.
Oh, we're doing one more song.
I mean,
Oh, wait.
yeah, announcements, one last prayer, then that.
Great. Yeah, so that's the 12th and the 19th. And then tomorrow morning, we will be at someone's home in the community in Ecuador for Shabbat morning service with Rabbi and Shoshana again. If you haven't yet, you can still RSVP. I'll keep that open until later this evening. And you'll get the address when you RSVP. If you ever have any questions about anything, it's a secret. Don't tell Marius. If you have any questions, you can always email me, daniel@kolchai.org. Tomorrow afternoon at the Good Works Institute, Mia Shelton will be teaching a class on listening and communicating with compassion about the Middle East, which I think is probably something that many of us would be interested in attending. So I believe there's still some spaces there. If you want to RSVP, that's you can check the info on the Good Works Institute website. And I think that is everything. And again, thank you so much to Rabbi Jill and Shoshana for being here. It's always such a pleasure
Thank you for
to
inviting
have you.
us.
Really,
Yes.
Shabbat is a wonderful and liminal space that we get to enter together, and it's always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So
I have an announcement.
Okay.
I'm continuing with a women's circle at my home this Sunday from 3 to 6. It's open to all women or women and whoever feels a comfort level, but it's really not for me to identify this man. So we just join in the circle and do some sharing, and so people are interested in that. There's no fee.
So one last sun song. This song came through in 2009 when the rarest Jewish ritual was up. There's an actual Jewish blessing for the sun. There's a Jewish myth that the sun returns every 29 years to the spot in the sky where it was born, where it was created. Yeah, and I actually was at the previous Birkat HaChama when I was a senior in my day school, and we went to Sheepshead Bay, and we did the ceremony, and then Rabbi Jill was going to do a ceremony in Central Park in 2009 when her daughter was like this big, and then this song came through. So this is the sun song for solstice, and it's on your back page. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. committing to singing your prayers. Thank you. It's palpable and it feeds the soul. Yeah.
What about this extra cup?
That's mine. Thanks.
Hey, don't spill this.
Here's our cup of blessings.
Mama, I still have
Please.
still gonna have
Wow. Good job.
Anybody feel called to make them up?
we have the tiniest
Take a bread.
cup.
Going once. Starting good.
Someone from the community.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Touch someone. This is what position. Touch someone who's touching the phone.
We have waited.
Is there anyone here who are here for the first time? Would like to introduce themselves? You've been here.
Well,
What's your name?
I've been here before the pandemic.
I don't remember your name from before the pandemic.
But I belong to, that's
You belong to him?
Benjamin. Benjamin's my son, and I'm Jessica, and
Benjamin.
we were part of Kohai before the COVID lockdown. So we lived nearby, so we decided to come.
So happy.
I saw another hand go up.
We're usually at the Kiva.
I know.
Stonebridge. Okay,
Yeah.
you know that.
Yeah.
What happened to that location?
You want to answer that?
It was a solstice party there tonight.
Makes sense.
We had 3 services this month. Usually we only have 2 services, so the Kiva was booked. That's why we're here. But this was nice. This is really cozy.
Gabriel, do you want some? Do you want some? Oh, you have some.
That's a great space.
It's beautiful.
Anyone else new?
Thank you. That's
Back
good.
from
Thank
already.
you.
I'm doing it,
Go
but
ahead.
let's do cut and see.
Is it still going?
Hey, Jack, that's okay. Hey, Jacqueline, where are you coming from? Cool. All right, good to have you. Hey, welcome.
Dee Dee's doing school
Feel free to hang and schmooze. We don't have to leave until the first class at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Daniel,
Yeah.
can I just say,
Yeah.
this is my friend Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah lives right next to 2 doors down from where 3 doors down.
Sarah from 2 doors
And
down.
I was driving to here tonight,
Yeah.
and I saw her on her porch, and I said, "You want to go to temple?" And she got dressed, and she said, "Sure."
And not only that, but Gabriel goes to school with her granddaughter.
Yeah.
So how's that for the small world?
And swimming too.
I'm just going to steal the microphone for 1 second.
I did.
This is very loud. It's very loud. It's okay. This is why it takes us 4 years to get anywhere, is the schmoozing. But I love the schmoozing. And I would say if you were going to be hanging out, if you wouldn't mind picking up a folding chair, then we can kind of start a little march towards where the folding chairs go away. So then the back desk can go there as well. And feel free to hang out. Thank you so much for coming. Shabbat shalom. We're going to bring chairs and back jacks kind of across the. You know what I'm talking about?